Hello again. This is our second installment of how to solder pipes. And after you get done soldering pipes, you might make a mistake, or like in this case here, we're going to reuse this pipe for a later installation. Notice I had a hack at it to get it released from where it was. And what we're going to do, we're going to remove this part right here and put a new elbow on there. So I'll show you how to do it. And it's pretty easy to do. Like I said, the first thing we're going to do is take this part off of here. So I'll demonstrate it real fast here and how to do it. It's just as easy. So we're going to try it here. What we're going to do right now, we're going to put regular vice grips on this piece of pipe that we're going to try to break apart right here. This is half-inch pipe. It won't take very long. It'll probably take about 3 minutes to probably unsolder this part. There's always a job that you might need like a foot of pipe, you know, so you're going to try to keep as much of this pipe, get rid of this elbow right here. So just remember, these are pipe vice grips. Notice how they're rounded right here, and these are flat. This is more of like for metal work, sheet metal and stuff. These are for pipe. The indentations tell you that's for pipe, but I mean you could use them if you had to, but you kind of want to use the right vice grips because you don't want to damage that pipe, because it's going to get really hot and it'll tend to bend on you. So you just want them snug on there. You want them so you can turn them like that so they don't slip. So now we're going to start the torch up. Now just remember, before I start the torch up, just remember this probably won't take too long. When you get up to the bigger sizes like a 3/4 inch pipe, it'll probably take double the time to unsolder, and when you go an inch, it'll even take a little bit longer to unsolder. Just remember also that you don't want any water in these pipes at all, because even with soldering and unsoldering pipes, a drip of water, you can't get it hot enough. Your torch will never get hot enough to unsolder that piece. You want to grab all this is going to do is hold it, keep that torch rolling. And like I said, keep that water bottle handy. Make sure you know where your torch is. Flame out. Keep that flame so it's pushing out that solder. You see those little sparks coming off of there? That's why you have that water bottle, just in case you want some water around. And I got this bucket of water here today because we're downstairs. And there she goes. She's already going. See, like I said, it won't take very long to solder a little half-inch pipe. Keep it rolling. And that's how you do it. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to shut the torch off here. And I want to go ahead and stick this pipe back in there, or say I want to take this part and put it back into this pipe. Say I said, oh, that's a good idea to have that piece of pipe back in there. So what you're going to have to do, cool it off in a bucket of water or a spray bottle. What you do is take your brush, clean this out. Just like you're resoldering again. The only thing is you got to watch out that their solder don't bind up on you. And the reason why you're doing this, because you want to get it clean going in there. So we're just going to take our wire brush like that. And don't worry about the water being on it. It won't do nothing to it, because that'll melt right off. Notice I didn't get all the solder off of there, but that's not important right now. Get your flux inside, and that, you know, generally speaking, that's all you have to do, just in the side. But sometimes I'll go ahead and go around the outside of it too, just to make it easier. And you're going to put that back in there. And see, notice when I grabbed it, I didn't grab it here. I grabbed it right in here because I don't want to damage the end going into the coupler. So it's pushed back in there like that, and see how it went right back to where it was. That was a good insolder. Like I said, you want to heat it up and you want to keep going with it. The less heat you got on these copper pipes, the less damage you're going to do to them. Okay, now we're going to solder right back up again. I got them cleaned already. I got it fluxed, and now we're just going to sweat it back on there. And these are parts, you know, I keep a lot of parts with me because when I go to the jobs and stuff like that, people usually generally tell me just take the parts and throw them away. I don't throw them away usually. Copper's too expensive to throw away. So you're going to have to reuse those pipes sometime. And sometimes that might be the parts you need to get the job done. So just remember on both sides, and like I said, this is only a little half-inch pipe. When you get into the bigger stuff, it gets a little bit harder. Touch. Keep it on there just for a second. And remember, you also got already solder inside that pipe already. So, like I said, it won't take near the solder as you had before. Keep it on there just for a second. Okay, it's soldered good. And then just take your glove, clean it off here, take your flux, go like that. And like I say, if you're going to reinstall it that second, turn your torch off. And release your pliers. Always have your pliers on there because those parts get awfully hot, and if you wince and you throw it, it could catch something on fire. So you want to make sure you have control of that pipe. Some people don't like doing this, but I like to put back things when I get done. No holes in this pipe. So just remember, when they say no, we say Reyes. You can do home repairs.